guys, this is Induced Rhino here, back for another Forza Horizon 2 commentary. And here is the fourth part of the car comparison series. So basically, or hopefully, all of you who are watching this should know what this series is all about. But in case you don't know what this series is about, we just take a look at 3 different cars, whether if they're the same automobile, different automobile, same category, same type of car, different type of car. So, yeah, on the first part we did the 3 main hybrid hypercars. Second part did the Ferrari 360 CS, Ferrari 438 and Ferrari 458. And the last part we did all the main SUVs. So the Range Rover, the Jeep Grand Cherokee and the Porsche Macan. So in this one, we're going to be doing the same as the second part. But instead of taking a look at the 3 most important modern Ferraris, we are going to be taking a look at the 3 most modern Lamborghinis. So, you'll probably think, we've got the 2014 Lamborghini Huracan Inverti Mantis, the 2011 Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera, and we've also got, which is in the hypercars section, the 2012 Lamborghini Aventador in white. Beautiful car. So, we'll just go back to the Modern Supercars. Modern Supercars section. So, yeah, I know what you're thinking. First we'll take a look at the stats. So we got 602 horsepower. Big amount of horsepower for a modern Lamborghini. 413 pound-foot of torque. So, not too much torque for the amount of horsepower compared to the amount of horsepower. 3,135 pounds, so not as heavy as, not the heaviest Lamborghini, definitely not. And we got 43% 43% of font, the engine at the front, I believe, weight at the front. Okay, so on the Gallardo, we got 562 horsepower, so, not too much of a difference. We've only got 40 horsepower difference, so not too much of an increase from the Gallardo to the Huracan, because this is did come before the Huracan. The Huracan's a replacement for this. 398 pound-foot of torque, just like the Huracan, not as much, quite a bit less torque than the amount of power. So the Aventador got 700 horsepower, so this is a hypercar, so got 100 more horsepower than the Huracan, 509 pound-foot of torque, just like the other 2, quite a bit less torque than the amount of power, 3,472 pounds, so this is pretty heavy. This is 300 pounds heavier than the Huracan. Okay, so let's just get onto it. Yeah, it is also heavier than the Gallardo. So let's get into the Huracan, where we take a look at the interior as well as exterior, then we go for a drive. And we'll just quickly change the settings. Sorry you have to see me do this, but next time you see me, we'll be right there. Alright, so here we are in the photo mode, taking a look at this beautiful Verdi Mantis Lamborghini Huracan. So yeah, just like all Lambos, we got the Lamborghini badge and ring. Got the black. Down there we got the black chase with the 2 exhaust pipes there. Guess I like that. Well, actually I think it's quite simple for a Lamborghini, which is a bit sad, because Lamborghini should be making gorgeous looking exhaust pipes, like on the Pagani Huayra, which has the quadruple exhaust pipes. But I like the shape of the headlights. They're sort of like, I don't know, a foot? I don't know. So the side we got, if it weren't for that colour, it would have a bit of a simple side. Well, the sides, you don't really have too much to say about the sides, but you got that sort of intaker there, which is on both the Aventador and Gallardo, but it's quite small. It's a triangle shape, and apart from, got a regular door handle, quite a simple door handle there with the button in it, but I like the look of the rearview mirrors, just the shape they are and the colour. This this car isn't as beautiful to me without the Verde Mantis or the bright green colour, because that's what the Italians call Verde Mantis, is Italian for green mantis. Because stop. Okay. So the rims we got, like, I like the rims because they like shaped like spanners or heads. And yeah, the front, we got that nice looking front there. Got the lines up there and the hood. Just like on all Lamborghinis, nice notable lines. The hood's quite noticeable for the green and yellow colour. And the headlights, we got the nice LED headlamps with the 2 twin lights. Like usually on most supercars, like there'd be 2 lights, one's different and one's just normal round, but these are just both unique lights and are both the same lights. And we got that nice looking, cheeky looking radiator grille there. And we can exit out of photo mode, take a look at the interior. So we've got a nice looking interior. Well, I'd say this isn't the best Lamborghini interior. Not as good as the Aventador. The interior of the Aventador, I'd say, is more impressive than this interior. But I like the middle console. Not a huge fan of the air conditioning vents, but you get the little dials in the middle, and that dial at the front I really like. Just gives it a gorgeous look in the dashboard, but not the most gorgeous look for the dashboard, like the rest of the interior. And the steering wheel is quite simple. Lamborghini should be making like gorgeous, flashy looking steering wheels out of silver, but this is just sorry, my voice cut out, but just as we just to make up for it, as we would listen to the sound. Has a good sound with that. I believe it's a 5.2 litre. Yeah, 5. We just gotta rewind that. Can't get distracted. Yeah, we got a 5.2 litre V10, sorry. Exact same sort of engine from the Audi R8, except the engine in the Audi R8 is made by FSI, which is one of those German engine companies. A bit like TDI, how TDI's the German engine company for diesels. And I just remember I said in the last part I'd turn the damage off, but obviously I didn't. But yeah, and I promise you I'd do that, so I made a huge mistake. I'm so sorry. But when we get out of here, while I'm off air, as in not recording, I will turn it off when we hop into the next car, which is the Aventador. So we just crashed again. Yeah, we'll just reset it. We can't like get distracted too much in doing this, and we went into photo mode right after the flash. Right at the flash. How cool. No, not really cool. How weird. Convenient. Fancy. I don't know. Yeah, so we have a bit of understeer here, of course, because it's all-wheel drive. Ever since 2003, Lambo have been making all-wheel drive cars, because as we all know, Lamborghini is owned by Audi. And Audi, like I said, when we did Porsche Macan, I said that Germans are pretty good at making all-wheel drive, but this all-wheel drive German cars have a bit of understeer. Well, I guess Audi's all-wheel drive Audis, will Audi make every single one of their cars all-wheel drive. I guess they're alright. They still have a bit of understeer, but I'd say slightly less understeer than the all-wheel drive Porsches, because Porsche make half their cars all-wheel drive. So we'll just get out of the interior and look at the exterior. And like looking at that side, I wouldn't say it's actually a simple side, but it's a sort of, if you know what I mean, it's a sort of simple and different side for a Lamborghini. Sure, it's not a simple. Yeah, I said I like the side. really good for a car, but I wouldn't say it's really good for a Lamborghini. I'd say it's okay for a Lamborghini, or just good. Yeah, I'd say okay. But that doesn't change the way this car is. This is still a really good car, really fast, sounds really good, and has, but like I said, when we move on to the Aventador, I slightly prefer the sound of that, and I slightly prefer the look of that, and slightly prefer the interior, and that's slightly faster. So, we'll see you in the Aventador. Okay, so here we are in the Aventador. As you get in the back, if you were me at first, like, you'd think the back is similar to the back of the Huracan, but it's not, because you get different shaped tail lights, those sort of arrows, or sort of like three tricolor aeroplanes moving in the same direction. But we have a different exhaust pipe. Instead of having the double exhaust pipes, we have the quadruple exhaust pipes stuck together in the middle and are smaller. So we have a better looking side there, but we have a bigger intaker there, much bigger and not triangular, and the stripe goes on to the rest of the side, and we got a slightly better door handle. It's about the same, but I still think it's slightly different, and I probably prefer it a tiny bit. But the rims, I'd say I slightly prefer the rims on the Huracan, because these are sort of darker rims, and the ceramic brake I like, because ceramic brake on cars like this sort of look like a sort of a spinning blade. And we got not a real visible brake alfiner. Yeah, I'll just start calling them that now, because brake infests are just stupid. Yes, it is wider than the Aventador. Huracan. This is the Aventador. And I just love the look at that front. We got more noticeable lines on the bonnet, either just the car or just the colour. And with the headlights, I think the lights are similar to the ones on the Huracan, but instead of having two twin lights, we've got just the single one. And we have the engine here. Yes, now I will be honest with you. Oh yeah, so what I would say is that the engine here, like just in the Huracan, you can see the engine at the back, like. And here's the interior from the windscreen, which just looks quite cool to look at. Yeah, so we'll just look at the interior. So, got a better looking interior. Got the aluminium on the steering wheel, some buttons on the side, and that dashboard, just exact same sort of dial as the Huracan, except just different colour, different design, which I actually really like. I just really like this cockpit. And we got slightly better in the middle, because we got that Lamborghini badge and that center console with the screen in the middle. I just really like, because I just like the angle it's on, which is easier to tap on the sat-nav. Let's listen to it. Monstrous sound there, unlike the Huracan. Now yes, I will be honest, you can compare this to the Huracan by the looks, but you cannot compare it with how it goes. You can compare it how it goes, I guess, but you cannot compare the engine, no way. Because the Huracan has a 5.2 litre V10, this has a 6.5 litre V12, because this is a hypercar, not a modern supercar, according to the car list. And yeah, when you see the engine at the back of the car, it's like you'd see in the Huracan, except it's in a more scaly. It's in a more scaly vent. So yeah, I just crashed, but we don't need to worry about that anymore, because yes, I turned damage off. So yeah, can you see the back of it? Like sort of, you can see that scaly vents on the engine, whatever you call, similar to the vents on an air conditioner. It's much bigger and doesn't breathe out cool, warm air. It breathes out the breath of the monstrous engine. And yes, it is glass. And yeah, you do get that on the Huracan, except I believe you get slightly more scales on the vents, and the vents are plastic instead of, I believe they're plastic, and this is glass. So there are some differences between the looks, and just love the way the flaps on the side. Can you see that? The flaps go up. The flaps on the side go up when you sort of are going faster, and they don't go up when you're turning for some reason, only when you're going straight. But I really like that. Sort of reminds you of the Lamborghini Huracan. Well, not really, because there are like 2 flaps at the front and 2 at the back. With this, you get 2 flaps on the side and a wing, just a wing that comes up at the back. Sorry about that. Yeah, and the wing, I just love the shape of it and love how it's so thin. Lots smaller than the wing on the Bugatti Veyron on the McLaren P1. But, oh, and I said on the Pagani Huari, yeah, you get 2 flaps at the front, 2 at the back. Or do you get 3 at the front? I'm not sure, but I know you get 2 flaps at the back instead of a wing. Just a wing. So let's move on to the next car, which is a Lamborghini Gallardo, and I'll see you there. So, looking at the Lamborghini Gallardo, much different back to the Huracan and the Aventador, because you get this sort of wing at the back, Lamborghini badge there, running rug of course, wing at the back, which I kind of like. Without that wing at the back, I wouldn't really be sure about the back. And the headlights, yeah, they're in this rectangular light boundary. I'm not sure what to say, but if you can just look, you can see those arrows in those arrow lights, those arrow LED lights of that looks like aeroplanes move, 3 tricolor aeroplanes moving in the same direction. So just like the Huracan, you get those double exhaust pipes, so you get some touches from the Huracan. Now the side, also kind of a simple side for a Lamborghini. You get that, still get that little intaker, but it's more, I wouldn't say it's bigger than the Huracan, definitely a lot smaller than the one on the Aventador, but it's not triangular. And I just love that stripe there with the Italian flag on the top and the Superleggera badge. And I just love, yes, I still slightly prefer the rims on the Huracan, and then the rims on this are similar to ones in the Aventador, dark. And that ceramic in it just, I kind of like that, except the only problem is that I like how it's the same color as the car itself, but I just think that kind of looks like it was spray painted and the edges weren't. They missed the edges, but it was just spray painted. So the front, we got a nice looking front there. Got a smaller bonnet than the Aventador and Huracan. More of a simple front, because because before the Huracan, this was one of the most economical and cheapest supercars ever, with the Nissan GTR also. And those headlights, I like the shape of you get the same sort of, the LED light is the same as the one on the Huracan, except just like the Aventador just the single one instead of a twin one. And I like how the headlights, the shape of one of the things on the Sydney Opera House. So yeah, you can see the engine there, but unlike the Aventador and Huracan, it's not in this like scale event, just in a big glass window. And the engine there, exact same sort of engine as the Huracan, except the first generation one had the 6.0 litre V10, this has the 6.2 litre V10. So the interior, yeah, I kind of like the interior, but it's quite simple for a Lamborghini, and I actually think they could have done better, because the interior of the Aventador was very impressive, and they could have done a bit better with this, because this is only a year older than the Aventador. And the steering wheel, simple just like the Huracan, and no buttons on the steering wheel, none at all. And the white gauges, if this were a regular car, I would love the white gauges, they just look gorgeous. But for a Lamborghini, they kind of look half-ass. I'm just not so sure. Let's listen to sound. Similar sound to the Huracan. So as I was saying about the white gauges, they do look good. They would look really good on a regular car. I would just love them, but for a Lamborghini, they're just not so sure because the white gauges don't really suit the rest of the interior. Well, the white gauges do not suit the exterior. The white gauges do not really suit it being on a Lamborghini. And unlike the Aventador and Huracan, they're not electric. They're not electric which means they only go up when the car's on. But I do like white gauges on the car, I really do, but I wouldn't say I like them on an Aventador or any Italian car. I like the white gauges on Japanese cars. Yeah, but just like the Huracan, you get those 3 extra gauges there. Except on the Huracan, yes, they're electric, they're slight, tiny bit smaller, and they're more in the middle of the center console instead of the top. And the back, I will be honest, compared to the back of the Huracan Aventador, the back looks slightly half-assed too, except for the wing. The wing looks good. But I still really like this car.
You have arrived at your destination.
I was happy that they did add it to the game from after being in Forza Horizon 1 because before the car pack, what a nice voice crack. Nice. Before the car pack came out, I did see someone in an online road trip who had the Gallardo, and I asked them how they got the Gallardo, and at first I thought it was they hacked, and they claimed they got it at the start of the game. And then I found out, yes, you did get this car, and the Ferrari California, and the BMW M6, and I think we took the wrong lane, and I think the 2013 Audi RS4 Avant in the Day 1 car pack, only in the Day 1 edition. But for some reason they didn't add it again until later on. But that's okay, at least we got the car. Yeah. And all three of the cars, all of the cars except for all of the cars were from Forza Horizon 1. And I like them in Forza Horizon 1. Except I didn't really drive the Gallardo in Forza Horizon 1 for some reason. I don't know. I just didn't want to bother buying it. But anyway, so when we get, and as I was saying about the interior, yeah, at least you do get a sat-nav screen in the middle, but it's just all plasticky. It's just all plastic. And that's not right for a Lamborghini. But anyway, we'll just get into garage, and we'll wrap it up right there. So, and yes, before I end this video, I know, yeah,
Hey there,
I already said that, because you can't really compare the Aventador to the Huracan and Gallardo, because the Aventador is a hypercar and has a V12 instead of a V10. But still, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and maybe show some feedback in the comments, and if you liked it even more, maybe even subscribe if you want to see more. And yes, I am planning on making the final part, and then maybe squeezing in one more series before Forza 6, and maybe end that last series, make a couple of last videos on that last series when Forza 6 comes out. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Bye bye.